Alright, hello. Welcome to day 28 of studying compilers every day until I land a compiler role. Yeah, so this is a pretty big day actually because I believe we are technically done with the initial build out of the optimizer language generation. So we get to finally start doing things with it, which is really great. So yeah, I guess I will. It's just like the same pile as usual. I'm gonna do the daily, and then the thing I want to start working on is maybe like testing, or at least like trying to figure out how gtest works again, because I used it like offhand once or twice before, but I haven't like actually used it properly in an actual project yet. I know that LLVM has its own sort of test runner thing, but I honestly don't really care enough to try and reproduce that completely. So maybe I'll like make some sort of like a wrapper around it, but we'll see what happens. What's good, MD? Good to see you here. Let's get the leetcode going. Ooh, okay. Convert integer to the sum of two non-zero or no zero integers. Interesting. Okay. So we have a integer and then we return a list of two integers. Oh, what am I doing? Do that for now. Okay, this seems reasonable enough. What if I don't think I even need that. So my thought process here is like, we can handle this on like a per digit case. What's good, John? It'd be easy if the integer's even, you just get k equals 2n. Not necessarily. If the input is 20, then that would return 10 and 10, and both of those have a 0 in it. This is a little bit annoying, actually. Probably need this? No, we don't. We can actually get rid of that, I think. We can... So if n is less than... I'm trying to think about how to do this. Let me pull something real quick. Just occurred to me I should probably have my Discord up on my second monitor. Speaking of which, if you're not in the Discord, you should join, because that is the best place to find out if I am live and to chat with me outside of stream. So I'm thinking like, I'm not really sure what I'm thinking here actually. No 0 in its decimal representation, so well, so the easy cases are like if it's single digit, n, what are the constraints on n is at least 2. So if n is like single digit, we can just do like 1 and like n minus 1. If the number contains 0, then it would be divisible by 10, not necessarily. 101 is an example that contains a 0 but is not divisible by 10. Let's go try hard casual. I just watched a documentary for C++ and Python. It's great. That's really cool. What's it called? Just out of curiosity. Hello, hello, online Max. Let's see if n less than 11 we can return 1 and minus 1. I guess we could do that for now. What's the documentary called? I feel like I'm like not able to reason about this problem for some reason. The Untold Story C++, interesting. I might give it a watch. I'm trying to avoid having to like iterate across the digits, but I'm starting to realize that there's not really a good way to avoid that. I'll pop a hint. Okay, what? Wait, that's a crazy solution. Wait. Wait, we can do some like binary search thing here, actually. This is like crazy. Is there like a... This feels like a really stupid solution though. I really don't like this. That might be the least ugly though, ironically. If n minus I oh, there is no way around this, huh? We do just have to like check. So let's check if number has zeros. Has a 0 digit. Is there like a built-in for this? Okay, well we'll just do mod here, I guess. Tool has 0 int I while, or if I is 0, if not I actually. Yeah, I can also just like do like the usual modulo stuff, but I would rather... I was seeing if there was like a way to get around it, but I guess there isn't a way to get around it. So I suppose we will just, so I guess while I is greater than 0. Are you grinding leetcode? Yes. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I guess that could work. I could also just like do modulo and it's like perfectly fine, I think. Wait, this is true. I'll just do that, and then if cur is 0, or if not cur, we can return true. This should, you can even just if nada here. So we check, this is not how math works, mod 10. Yeah, so we check the ones place, and then we divide by 10. It should be, yeah, greater than 0, greater than 1? Is that what I'm missing? Yeah, because it'll end up at 1. Return false, I guess. We can just do that. If that's 0, that's 0. Or I guess we could, if I doesn't have a 0 and n minus I also doesn't have a 0, we can return I and minus I. But this is like really ugly. I feel like there's a faster way to do this. This should compile, right? Are you kidding me? Surely. We should never get to that point at least. I really don't like the solution, but somehow it compiles down to constant time. I'm not really sure how. I'm a little bit befuddled. Remember n-1 always be divisible by 10 though? Not sure what you mean by that. Let's see if anyone's written a faster one. Okay, so this is like the... Okay, maybe I should have just used the string, the number to string. That might have been a little bit smarter, but... Oh, interesting. This is really cool. So we get a digit. Interesting, okay. Okay, I guess that makes sense. It's like the whole borrowing thing. That's really cool. Do I care enough? No. Let's see, any other interesting? No. Oh, so so there is like a... That's really funny. Yeah, I mean, I guess that exists. There's some really funny solutions in here, at least. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Well, I don't think it's really worth spending more time on that, at least. Yeah, so we have the leetcode done. So what I want to do today is, first I guess I should probably show what I did last night, because after stream I was like, I really don't like pushing broken code. So I went back and I pretty much spent the next hour and a half rewriting my MIR implementation to use unique pointers, because there were like a lot of really annoying, a lot of just like kind of annoying sort of, whatchamacallit, I guess there was just like a lot of annoying C++ sort of related stuff with vectors and pointers. The biggest issue was like, since I was like copying vectors around, I think, what was happening again? It was invalidating pointers because I was copying the objects around. So that was bad. So I decided just to like avoid the issue altogether by using unique pointer. So there's a couple of main changes in the structure of this. The first one is in here. If I just look for unique pointer, so we have like all of these things just wrapped in unique pointers now, because I was way too annoyed. I also am keeping track of literals just so I can also destroy them without having to call a destructor, or I guess write a destructor rather. Sorry. So yeah, that's all the changes in that, and the changes elsewhere were pretty minimal actually, barring just like some small implementation details. Just whenever I needed a unique pointer or something that takes a unique pointer, I can't copy anymore. So I just had to like replace the copies with just moves, which is honestly not bad. It was pretty seamless. And then instead of just like using new to make things, I use make unique. Where could this be? Oh, it's in the HRTMR. So make unique. So yeah, it's like not that much more complex. We just like add a couple of make uniques here and there, a couple of moves here and there, and then like a couple of unique putters here and there. But for the most part, the code's surprisingly unchanged. And then I do a little bit of debugging, but that's like the high-low of it. So now if I were to go to the current test repo, if I make, it outputs like actual IR, which is really, really cool. You can even like trim all of these types off. And then I think this is valid LOVMIR. I could be wrong by like some small semantic, but yeah, it's pretty coherent. Is C++ hard? I'm afraid of learning C++ and C. It's not that bad. It's just like a lot of stuff to manage at once, but nothing is like rocket science or anything. You just kind of have to like understand what's happening, and there's just like a lot of it. The C itself is like pretty minimal in terms of like the range of stuff it covers, but C++ is, I think, less painful to write, but also both are pretty painful to write, so yeah. What's up, big dog? What's good, Aiden? Good to see you around. When's your stream today? Oh, I need to merge this branch. This is here. Probably an hour bet. Okay, so we can. How do I write a pull request again? So we built out the MIR, we implement jar to MIR. Is this the correct direction? Into main, yeah. I was trying to figure out what I want to do. I don't know if Git is worth more time. Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. You could probably like tackle some sort of a smaller library, or just like maybe start looking at like another tutorial even. I think that's like pretty pain-free, and like you can kind of like, it's kind of more self-directed almost. I'm not really sure how resume impact it would be, but I think it would. I think it might be worth a consider if things are like really, I guess like if push comes to shove. Okay, so this should be in main now, right? Yeah, nice. So we want to git switch, see our main, pull. We want to git switch. What do we call this? Feature tests. There we go. I feel like I'm struggling a lot with figuring out what exactly is resume worthy. I think just like, if you can sort of quantify some sort of an impact at like a performance level, I think that is like the big resume seller. If I'm looking into backend /info roles, might be worth just spend the week figuring out self-hosting for any food. I think that's actually a pretty good idea. Like, as in like DigitalOcean, or like a literal machine just sitting in your room. Where do I put tests? Let's look up gtest. Oh, full blind. Oh, unlucky. DigitalOcean, AWS, etc. That's fair. Yeah, Railway and Vercella is a little rough. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good idea. I think that'll at least move things more towards full stack land and less towards like front end land. Also, just like CLI tools in general, I think are pretty fun. You could probably pull out that list comprehensions in C or C++ idea again. That would also give you like a clear thing to benchmark against. Honestly, that isn't even like the worst idea. That would be kind of funny. Google test. Also, that's good, Kane. Google test helps you write better C++ tests. Sure, supports any kind of test. Use test suite for a test case. So a test is to test case, and test case is to test suite, I guess. Sure. Masterize a particular program and blah. This is what was said above. Great. Okay, so so we write assertions. Okay, I know how assertions work. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, okay, so we prefer expects, but assert makes sense sometimes. Okay, sure. Is there like a... Oh, mocking, yuck. Is there like a good example test file somewhere, top to bottom? Here we are. Right, so we have... This includes like the stuff we need. This is the gtest thing. So that's the fixture. Setup, this is teardown. Oh, I lied. This is setup, this is teardown. But this is like environment setup and environment teardown, it looks like. Okay. Sure. You might want to install Dark Reader? Yeah, I probably should. You know what, let me take a second to do that. Yeah, my eyes are... Oh, come on. Okay. Let's do that. Can we like... Let's pin that. Much better. Ugh. My eyes feel so much more rested. Okay, so there's all of this. So this is a test fixture, so this is like the... Yeah, okay. Okay. So it's like the always wrapper around this, I think, is how it runs. Okay, well, let's start writing something up. Is there a good quick start somewhere? Okay, so we need to include gtest first. Where am I? Yeah, okay. Let's go here. It feels... How do I make it so that we only build tests if on a specific thing, or like test is a separate build target? I'm gonna take a second to step back and do this in a separate directory real quick. Test, I guess. Gtest. So I guess we can start out with this, I guess. So we have cmakelists. Yeah, let's just copy this pile in. Yeah. unfortunately we will have to deal a little bit with CMake. That's kind of an inevitability here. So yeah, we will do fetch content also in the other one. Okay. Sure. So we have this. We have so we can use this now. In theory, we can hello test dot C++. What is a CC file? CC is C++. Okay, well, sure. So let's just copy in the boilerplate and then read it. Actually, let's open this in a separate tmux. Let's do it like this so it's a little more sane. Oh, I need to. Let's just do that. What? Okay. Let's compare against what I have here. Okay, let's change this to use Git repository. So we can steal from this, I think. Let's use HTTP. Let's do that, and then can git tag. That's fine. So we have git tag, and this will be 1.17.0. Let's give this a try. What? Oh, we need to add this. I see. Sure. So we can. Yeah, so we actually need to add that onto here. Okay. Forgot to confirm that. We add that. Sure. So now if we try building like that, should work? No. Failed to check out tag. Okay. Oh, there's a V. Man. V there, make, we can try that again. Okay. And then, hello? What doing? Test? Oh, okay. So then, oh, presumably compiler commands is, or I guess I didn't build with compiler commands. I don't care enough about that, but this looks like, why is this not working? Cmake build. C build, and then we can oh no. Okay, Windows is really showing us where right now. Average WSL experience. Give me a couple weeks, I might dual boot. So we can we have gtest. Which ctest? Where does this live? Interesting, okay. Sure. Okay, so that works. So how can we use this to set up testing on our own thing? So I think we should always build tests, and then we have a separate make test to, or a separate make target to run the tests. So we should, let's have these up side by side for sanity here. So we can do this, even we can just steal this. Is this how this works? And then we can actually let's just do this. Let's compartmentalize all of this into the tests directory. So let's do that, and then let's make tests. Tests. I like singular test. Let's do that, and then we can paste that in. Can leave that boilerplate there for now. And then table testing. Is there like another cmake gtest? This is the same page. Oh, this is a thing? Is this what we used? No, this is not what we used. So let's... Is there like a better place to look here? Okay, cmake. Sure. Source directory is a subdirectory. Hey. I'm gonna throw another ChatGPT ask in here actually, because I'm not sure where I should put the tests or the test cmake stuff. I'm gonna throw that in there. Where should I put test stuff or gtest setup in this? Should I just include at the bottom or call a recursive or add test as a subdirectory and put everything in there? Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. I highly suggest that you should not try anymore as job markets already collapsed and the situation for the economy now is the worst of the worst. I think you should stop grinding and start working as a climber or something and get your daily bread on the table. That's it. What if I don't want to? Okay, this is all what we have still. Where is this? Should go here. Let's try this again. Okay. So we include ctest test flag. What is ctest? I see. Okay, sure. That seems like it makes sense. Okay, so that's just the cmake built-in test winner, I think, if I'm understanding that correctly. So we do that, and then okay. Why is the ctest include outside of I see. Okay, that makes sense. So we can do that, and then if build testing can add we can add that subdirectory here. So we can do that, and then end if. So then in there, we should change this to test. What do other projects do for test and tests? Okay, well they do test, so we're gonna do test. Okay, so in here we want to include fetch content. We had Google test. Quick start has this line. What does this do? Is it necessary? Okay, well, if someone's on Windows, then I think it's kind of a lost cause. Ignore the fact that I'm on Windows. So I want to compare to this. That looks right. So now we need to add enable testing, and then we can I think for now we can just do this by hand. I'll figure out if or how I want to glob this later. Let's do tests. Let's just do that for now. We can target, link, libraries. So this, okay, this links stuff. So we have tests, and then we want private, and that's fine. So private, we add gtest main, and then ifragor. We have front end and middle end, I guess, are the two libraries for now. Do that for now. Good to see CMake is still horrible. Yeah, it does in fact very much suck. Okay, so then we have that, and then the discover. Okay, sure. Yeah, does this seem sane enough? Let's just join that. Does this work? That does work, okay. Okay, I think this is a sufficient start to this, so now we can make a, what do I call it? Tests.cpp. What's good, Nocturnal? Welcome back to the stream. I've been using cmakelists recently. Interesting. I have not heard of it. Oh, okay. I guess that's fair enough. Yeah, that seems like a more sane thing to do. Yeah, a lot of the stuff I've been working on has even just for like research requires like CMake knowledge, so I figured I may as well at least try and learn it. if I were like a sane person making something for like another human to use, I would use literally anything else. But unfortunately, this is how the cookie crumbles. Yeah, I think the best way to describe CMake is that like it's really cool in the sense that like when it works, it just works. But unfortunately, very frequently it does not work. Let's make a test. How do I add a separate test runner? Test make target. Let's do that. Oh, we can just run ctest. Nice. Yeah, so we need to have build first. A flag to go with. What is the best way to do this? Do you want it to, should we make it always build tests? I feel like that would be smart. What's standard? Oh, what's good, Skittles? Good to see you here today. Okay. Yeah, this seems sane. Yeah, so I should have a what other targets should I add? Rebuild, true. Yeah, I guess I should have test here. So this should have build, and then what now? So then we should, what did it say I should do here again? Sure. So we change directory and then we run ctest. Let's just do this for now. I don't think I need to do more here. Yeah. Sure. So we can make. Uh-oh. Get property. Something about get property. Cannot find target my tests. This is in here? Not there, in here. There we go. So we changed that to tests. Okay. So if I clean and then make, what is it? It builds like everything. Okay. Sure. So then make test. No tests were found. Okay. Okay. I guess that makes sense. So now let's try writing a test. What are you working on right now? I'm trying to figure out how to use gtest for testing. Because I sure as hell don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so that imports, then we can so we have so then where does hello tests come from? Test. Oh, that's a literal name. I see. So we have throw that in. Test. And throw that in. Oh, expect death. we call that modern society. Okay. We can expect str not equals let's do that and then bruh. Sure. Okay. So now if we make test. Okay. Okay, cool. So that's how we write tests, it looks like. Okay, so then what is this? Sure. What do we want to test? What's the first thing we should test here? We should probably add some like test programs in here as well. Yeah. What is happening here? So what is the plan? I told myself I wanted to like do test stuff, and then I have like no concrete idea yet, at least. We can get rid of this like cmake stuff because I think this is a good start. How does LLVM have its stuff set up? surely there's like some sane, some sane setup in here, right? Let's look at Cling. That might be simple. Actually, let's do LVM proper because I need to figure out their test stuff for what's it called? I have a open issue that I was assigned. This one. This is for inst combine. Their test tool is called lit. That's lit. So where would this test go? This is their test runner. Okay, that's lit. So it's like lit its own little thing somewhere? No? Okay. Okay, so let's look in here. So it should be under inst combine here, in theory. Oh, fun. Okay. Interesting. So let's look at this as an example. Sure. So is there like a... It doesn't really help. So it looks like there's just a lot of stuff, at least. What is this? Oh, I see. So presumably those comments get read by the test runner in some way. Okay. So maybe I should stop looking at that for now. Instead, let's... I mean, I have these like nice two-string things that I've already written, so I guess I could just use those, sort of. But then comparing that's like really annoying. So then... I can make like a write to file thing, and then we can just like somehow diff them. Let's see, let's get rid of that. Okay. So then, let's get rid of this fake test for now. Maybe I make a test framework thing, whatever they called it. Let's go to the primer again. The fixture, that's what it's called. Yeah, okay. So we can, maybe I can just make a separate fixture file? Or something like that, fixtures. Let's just throw it in at the top here for now. Test fixture. Fixture. So the test can so we want let's see. So let's throw in like string. Let's do output. And then I guess actual to expected. So then so we have test fixture. So we need to read in actual, right? Actually, no, we don't need like setup here. I think we can just do void setup override. So what do we want here? This needs a semicolon. Hey Janine, how's it going? Just test F. Test fixture, I see. This takes in test fixture sample test. Test, and we can just call this other sample test. Yeah, okay. And then we want to maybe these fixtures are overcooking. So what do we want this to do? Let's write a sample program, I guess. So I have like a list on my laptop that I wrote while I was really bored of just like some silly toy programs. Yeah. So let's do like, small frogs dot cpp or dot c, and then we can do like scope dot c just to test out the scope stuff as well. Yeah. So we have, so let's start with this. We can even like steal some of the tests from like my random slush pile here. It's like this scope. One of these is good, I think. So let's just paste that in. So we want scopes. Before, we can just do before, in, after, and then after. And this should be a well-formed program in theory. And then we want do this. We can do in equals before plus 5 or something. Three, 4, 5. So then this before should use this before. So then after equals after plus before, I guess. Yeah. And that should use this before. And this should be 6, I guess, or something like that. Yeah, that should be a sufficient program for that. Let's give that a shot. Let's even like scope. It's gonna be really funny when like gtest is like overcooking it by 1.5 miles, and I really should be like using something else for whatever reason. Compiler testing. Let's see what people say. Sure. What is this? What is snapshot testing? I've never heard of this term. Oh, okay, well. Sure. Insta. Okay, we have lit. Huh, okay. Okay. Well, let's throw more things in the chat and see if it gives me real ideas. I'm gonna use gtest to write a test runner. Passing input and output files along with the command to run. So what does this look like? Sure. Oh, we have parameterized tests. I forgot that's a thing. Okay. Sure. So let's do this as like, because the AST is gonna change, so I don't want to write tests for that yet. Okay. Let's call this one like, what are we doing with this? What am I doing? Just period. So we have input, expected, output. So we can just read that in. Okay, and then okay. So we can write a fixture, but then okay. There's so much like I feel like I'm doing this the hard way. I feel like I realistically should just like write some shell script to do this instead of like using gtest. This feels like this feels like I'm doing too much almost. Sure. Okay. Man, this really sucks. I like don't really know what I'm doing here. The fuzzing book. What does Wikipedia have to say? Surely there's like something here as well. Sure. That makes sense. Okay, I think we're gonna try to write something with gtest for now. See if there's any like any good way to do something sort of like this stuff. Okay. So we want to how do we parameterize the test? Let's run it over like and MIR, I guess. Let's call it that for now. And then so we do front end to MIR. I guess we could call it like C to MIR. So we test P. Compiler test. Oh, wait, no, we can just compiler test. I guess. Yeah, we'll just do that for now. class compiler test public testing test with param. Let's taste. Case, I guess. Input, and then we have, I can't even like one line this, right? Oh, yuck. Is this a thing? No, that's not. That's not format friendly, it appears. That makes sense. So we can do this compiler test. Right now, we can just do test with param, and we can just pass in string. And then we can like standardize the like file names or something, and it'll make sense. So we want what do we do here? We want this to be C2HIR. This is probably the least annoying version of this I can do right now. I really want to like C++, but the CMake is just terrible. Yeah, it kind of is. But also there's like other build tools that make it a little bit more bearable. I've heard good things about like Conan specifically. I'm just stuck in CMake land because I feel like I need to at least know it, but you can definitely use C++ without it, I guess. So we want let's get that. So we want input file equals param plus, what type is auto here? It is string, I guess, which is fine. Do that, and then we can do string out expected file equals param plus .h, not h, mir. Yeah. Now Rust is cool, it's just that you don't get the freedom that C or C++ gives you, it gets boring. I think that's fair. But also like, what's a little bit of unsafe Rust every now and then? They all like serve different ends at the end of the day, I think. So auto param, let's get param, we have that, and then we need to read this in. So we want put path Yeah, I feel like one of the big reasons people use Rust nowadays is just like multi-threading. It's sort of like how people only use Go for like Go routines. Like people only use Rust for Tokyo. It just seems like a very, like it feels like a really sane thing to do, at least. Input file. Or no, we want expected file. So we want this to be param dot. No, we can just do input path. Input path, expected path. What's wrong here? Just where does this come from again? This comes from fstream. There we go. That looks about right, and then want expect EQ. We want to run here. So we want expected actual to be equal. Nah, we can expected output. So we want expected string output for now. So expected path. Should be expected stream. This should just be expected. So let's read string from file. Assert true? I guess we could do that. If that, can is this like human? Is this like a sane way to do this? So we want expected dot stir. We want to compare it to output there. So then we want, how do I have it all set up in this thing? Driver. So you stood file system. Okay. IO stream? Oh yeah, IO stream for like print, I see. So we have input file. Okay, so we can just feed that straight into front end parse, it looks like. We can front end parser, can do ast to hr.h, and then we can do hr to mir. And then I think we'll need the toString for probably obvious reasons, but yeah, that should be a good start at least. Let's just do this. It'll surely it breaks. Surely. So we want front end ast function program t equals front end parse, and then this takes input path, and then we can change this to hr program hr equals st ast to hr, we pass in st, and then finally middle and mir program mir equals hr to mir, and this takes in hr equals mir dot toString. Do I need to? Yeah, okay, nice. We can even just like, no, this is more paradigmatic. So that gets output, and then we need expected buffer. So yeah, we can compare those. So we can get rid of that as well. Let's give that a try. That should be good. And then we want to do whatever this thing is. So this takes in, what is compiler cases here? Well, that's what it's called. So a prefix, so this is I'll just throw something in there for now. I don't really know what it's going to look like. We want compiler, test, and then testing values. And then that should be good. We want what did we call this? We called it scope.c. Or just scope here. So we want test slash in yeah, we could split these up even. Input can do that, and then we can do test slash expected slash plus that. Yeah, we can give that a try, right? Okay. Where did that go? Well, testing. And then we have that, I guess. We can. Oh, right, because the stuff doesn't exist yet. That would make sense. How do we do this? So let's just use the infrastructure we have here with our little hand testing. So let's steal scope. Oh, I forgot to. So let's just modify this. Let's change this to scope. Make. Yeah. So we can just like steal all of this, I think. Let's put into scope.mir. Get rid of that. We can get rid of that. There we go. So let's move that back over here. We should make a directory called expected. Yeah, let's do this for now. Wait, what? So this is now in expected? No, it's not. Where'd it go? It just full disappeared. That's really cool. Let's do that. try that again. So let's do that, and then test expected. So now if we go here, let's change this to input. Yeah, this looks good. So we have test input. We have scope.c. I will delete this for now. Yeah. So test input, test expected. It's called MIR. This should be good. Wait, test. Failed. Build. Testing temporary. No such file or directory. Okay, well, at least now we know what some of these things are supposed to look like, so we can rewrite some of this as well. We can call this like runner. Do that for now. How do we test which directory this is from? Source in the chat, see what it does. Sure. Oh yeah, I need to change that. Whoops. Let's do front end. This should be, yeah. Which directory will it assume is the current directory? Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's in build. So yeah, that would make. Okay, this non-verbose testing is like really annoying me actually. So let's go back here. Test verbose. Put on failure. that. Okay. Oh, wait, this is like really in Narnia. Let's just throw us into chat again. Oh, wait, I can just do that? Oh, nice. That's really neat. Yeah, we can do that way. So we can throw that in here, right? Let's do that. Let's this goes at the top. So this needs to private test input dir equals cmake current source dir. Wait, can I just use cmake current source dir in there? Not even with compile definitions, and just straight up construct the path. No. Damn it, chat. In cmake construct. Oh, that's a thing? Yeah, okay, nice. Yeah, so I can avoid this mess altogether. And then I can want to include file system. And then static string dir test dir equals path file path equals file. Can I just like do this? No, I can't. So we should just do like this and then can steal that, expected path, and get rid of that. We can change this to expected, and then we can change that to MIR. Yeah, that looks good. So make test. Oh. This is a new line. Where did this new line come from? This comes from just like expected. Okay, well, is that correct? All right, so now it should pass. Nope, it doesn't pass. Okay, we added an extra new line. Maybe I just trim it and call it a day? Oh yeah, that's good. We should C++ trim white space. I feel like this shouldn't be difficult. How do I trim white space? Oh, okay, we just stole it. Yeah, sure. Sure. Can anyone be a genius? Yes, anyone very much can be a genius. I should probably check why there's a new line there anyway. That's quite important. be in the program level, right? It's just an extra new line at the end for some reason. Could you implement dynamic string or C++ type string from scratch in C? Probably is a way. I haven't thought about it too much. Just like a lot of work for not really much gain, I guess. So output has expected has the extra new line, huh? What? Okay. So then maybe I just append a new line to this. And just do that, I guess. And then this should pass, okay. So branch, yeah, okay. Add dot get status, get commit. First attempt at setting up tests. Oh, I need to format. There we go. Okay. So, I think that's a good place to call it for today. Yeah, thank you all for showing up to the stream. If you're new here, make sure you like the stream and you sub to my channel. It really helps out with the algorithm. It helps get more of my content out to more people. While you're down there in the description, make sure you join my Discord. That's the best place to chat with me and other people in the community. What is it, MD? Also, the Discord is also where you can get notified. Yeah, just ask the question. Yeah, you can just ask the question either here or in Discord. I haven't had Discord open. I haven't sent it to me, but oh yeah, you're in the Discord. Yeah, you're big chilling. So yeah. Yeah, so like the stream, sub, Discord. Also connect with me on LinkedIn if you haven't, and follow me on GitHub. Yeah, I'm gonna get food now. I haven't eaten dinner yet. It is 9 p.m. I am quite hungry, so yeah. Take care, y'all. Take it easy. Stay hydrated as well. Drink some water. Bye-bye.